Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just bionic back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. As we know, this inspiration to be able to, go out to the camp, defend the gospel, and be faithful stewards of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, bringing forth the understanding, doing these digital epistles, day in and day out. It's of the power, mercy, and grace of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is not of our strength. Just wanted to highlight that point through the spirit for you beloved new listeners, newly coming into the understanding of who your power is, who your enemies are, your arch enemy being evil Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and ultimately you have enemies of your own people, which will be the 2/3, the undesirables, which they are enemies for the gospel's sake, as Scripture says, pursuant to Romans 11. They're enemies for the gospel's sake, in efforts for prophecy to be fulfilled. But needless to say, everything that we see before us taking place on the planet Earth is of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. There's no such thing as free will. Okay, everyone on this planet, everything on this planet, being that Scripture says, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's incorruptible spirit is in all things. I believe that's Wisdom of Solomon. If I'm not mistaken, Wisdom of Solomon 12:1. If I'm not mistaken, but needless to say, the point I'm making is everything on this planet Earth, okay, is operating to the beat of the drum of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Nobody's operating on their own accord. All right, not even Esau. All right, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, even with all the power he's been given from his AI technology to his these supercomputers he has. What do they call them? Forgot the name of them. But those supercomputers, just man's technology has gone to its max, and he's at the point now where he's fallen and he can't get up. All right, he's in a position where he's being found out. You have individuals of his own counterpart, coming up against him, bringing out information. The world will call whistleblowers, and he's pretty much in a position now where his hands are tied behind his back is up against the wall, and the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is pretty much walking him down. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, another major part of prophecy that we are seeing take place, all right, is the division within the kingdom, within the rulership of this Edomite regime. As we understand, the beast, consists of the NATO and the EU, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the European Union. This regime was put together, NATO specifically, back in the time of the Cold Wars and efforts to fight up against the USSR. But needless to say, this whore, Babylon the Great, the harlot, rides this beast system. All right, NATO being the military sector, the EU being more of the political area of this beast. But needless to say, it's crumbling from within. All right, there's a division within this powerhouse, that Scripture speaks on. This was preordained to happen. All right, it's written that this would happen. All right, ultimately, we're going to show you that through the Spirit. And the repercussions of this is pretty much a fallen empire, all right, which we're in the middle of now. As you can see, if you're not operating under the operating under the guidelines of a drunk Babylonian, you know, or an individual with the veil, you know, the covering cast over your face, you know, you can clearly see, you know, what's happening over here in the West, and it's something that can't be stopped. You see the tensions in the East, and this is all part of prophecy and efforts to bring forth the end of Esau and the beginning of Jacob. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. So through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, I wanted to tap into this article. Came across last night, and it's heavy. It's just heavy. It's just, again, prophecy. It's just speaking loud and clear, man. The writing is on the wall. Okay, the writing's on the wall that we are so close to salvation. Salvation is close, man. It's not 1,000 years out. All right, it's nearer than what we even than we can even imagine, man. As the scriptures say, it's nearer than what we even believe. You know. So we continue to pay attention and stay tapped into the Spirit and continue to be led by the Spirit. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to show us, all right, that he's right here. He's right at the door, man. He's right at the door. So through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, let's get into this. Let's get into this article real quick. As a matter of fact, before we do, let's grab this real quick. Through the Spirit. I like to open up with a couple of scriptures, if the Spirit allows. But what did I want? It just left me. Oh man, Salakia. It came in. Oh, there it goes. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19. We're going to start from verse 1, and it reads, the burden of Egypt. Okay, now this Egypt is talking to the spiritual Egypt. When you go to Revelations 11, it tells you that the daughter of Babylon is likened unto the spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, why is it saying that? Because this place brings forth all the gods and deities that were once reigning supreme in Egypt. This is why they have a pyramid on their dollar. This is why they have a they have you going to church on Sunday, you jakes. You know, they're worshiping the sun god Ra. They're doing all these things under different names, you know, under these various holidays that they have you celebrating. All right, they're representing these gods of Egypt, man, a lot of the time. Or they'll take you back to Greece with it. But Esau loves Egypt. He loves tapping into the ways of the Hamites. You see? He's tied in deep, okay, with the odious works, all right, of those Hamites, man. All right, tied in deep, man. That's why they like to roll back to Nimrod, you know, when it comes to, you know, the tie that they're wearing on their neck, which pretty much perfects that three-piece suit. All right, that's going back to the to Nimrod's phallus, man. You know, these different structures that they built that look like phalluses is in representation of Nimrod, man. They're doing all these things subliminally. There's a lot of subliminal messages Esau pushes for. But the point I'm making is that this man loves tapping into the ways of Egypt. You see? This is how he rolls. Matter of fact, Memphis, Tennessee, and there's a Memphis in Egypt, man. And that's not a coincidence, man. You see, he does these things because he's tying in through the Spirit. He's tying into to Egypt spiritually, man. Okay, and even boiling all the way down to his left hand practices, man. You know, certain witchcraft he's tapping into goes back to Egypt. Look, let's continue on. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, which is a chariot, that fathership, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man. Why? Because fire is going to be the way this man goes down. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to use fire. It tells us that in Isaiah 66. The Lord's going to come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, man. All right, to render his rebuke with flames of fire. That's how he's coming. That's how he's gunning. You see? Let's continue on. Here's the point. Let me back up a little bit, Salakia. Continuing on, Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, man. Again, we should be talking about these Babylonians. We just made the point that Revelation 11 coins this place spiritual Egypt, which will make these inhabitants here what? Egyptians, man. Okay? Starting with evil E. Look. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? And they shall fight everyone against his brother. So these Edomites are likened unto the modern day Egyptians, the modern day Pharaoh that refuses to let go of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's people. Look, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city. All right, so there's going to be civil unrest. Mind you, this did not happen in ancient Egypt. They were fighting up against us. They weren't fighting up against each other. You see? There wasn't a civil unrest in Egypt. No, man. They came up against us. So this is also another token that this is talking about a different Egypt. You got to be tapped into the spirit to see it. Look, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, that's civil unrest, and ultimately what? Kingdom against kingdom, man. All right, don't get it twisted. Them Russians over there, they're Edomites too. All right, them Europeans over there, Edomites. This whole NATO powerhouse, Edomites. You see? I'm sorry, I meant to mention the EU. The whole EU powerhouse. It's all Edomite. That European Union, man. You see? So look, the Lord's going to set this thing up where he just continues to have them go up against each other, man. They're not going to be seeing eye to eye. They're not going to see eye to eye. They're going to continue to buck up against one another. They're not going to agree. And this starts from way up top. All right? These Edomites that we don't see. All right, these elite. You better believe, man. They got their differences that they're trying to settle, which they're not going to be able to. It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai creating this schism. You see, an efforts for what? An efforts for the crumbling of this empire, man. It's the Lord doing it, and that's what people don't understand. See, let me get this real quick, and we'll get the article. The book of Proverbs, chapter 21, and verse 1, and it reads, the king's heart, all right, which means that word heart in the Hebrew is alab, which is your mind, okay, in the Hebrew. So the king's mind is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, man. And what the scriptures say in Hebrews 10, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And when you go into that word hand, all right, in Hebrews 10, it goes into the one that controls man's destiny, man. You see, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai controls the destinies of men. Okay, point blank, period. And this is his movie. Okay, and he's the one giving Esau the ability to move the way he's moving, to do the things he's doing. You see that? As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will, man. You know, so he's creating these skirmishes, he's creating these indifferences, he's creating these scenarios where, you know, ultimately, you know, these Edomites, and the scripture said, not scripture, I'm sorry, there's a saying, there's no honor amongst thieves, man. You know, so Edomite being the number one thief, I mean, you can't imagine them being able to work cohesive with one another. At some point or another, they're going to try to stab each other in the back, and this is what we're witnessing. Now, this article is from Natural News. It's dated February 24, 2025, right? And the title reads, German threatens the U.S. with consequences, man. All right, if Trump doesn't suck up to Ukrainian dictator Zelensky and align U.S. with liberal democracies. Now, for those of you that don't know, okay, Trump was recently cozying up to Putin, okay? That last little talk they had. And this doesn't sit well all right, with the European Union, man. Because as you can see, what's going on over there. And this individual, Zelensky, which is the president of Ukraine, you know, they're getting their asses blasted away, man. Okay? But you got Trump cozying up to the powerhouse that's the cause of it, which doesn't stand, that it doesn't sit well, all right, with the rest of the regime. You see? So, you know, Trump is, man, he's changing foreign policy of America, man. He's doing contrary to what he's supposed to be doing. But needless to say, hey, this is pissing them off. This is pissing the EU off, man. Okay, but this is what's, hey, guess what? This is what's necessary in efforts for the reality to come forth, which is the reality of prophecy. All right, that division, and ultimately, what's that? Revelations, man. What's that? Revelation 17 coming into fruition, which we're gonna go get that. Let's read some of this. Germany has issued a stern warning to the United States, asserting that Europe will impose consequences if Washington fails to align, okay, with liberal democracies, man. All right, this diplomatic rebuke comes amidst growing discord between the U.S. and Europe over Ukraine trade policies and deferring visions, right, for global leadership, man. See, they're divided. Speaking at a campaign rally, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock, if I'm saying that right, demanded that the U.S. stand with Europe's liberal values, threatening unspecified repercussions for non-compliance. Right, I know one thing that they're divided on is this whole free speech thing. Because over there, they're really tightening up. You know, and you being able to say what you want online, and, you know. But over here, Trump is pushing, nah, man, listen. You know, you're free to say what you want, man. There was actually an article on it. Maybe I can find that. But it was contrary to what EU's trying to push. Contrary. Which, again, showing you that they're divided. They're not seeing eye to eye. You see that? The warning exposes a widened rift between two supposed allies as Europe seeks to assert its influence amid shifting geopolitical dynamics, man. All right. Let me see here. And you got a few main points here. But that's, you get it. You know, that's pretty much the point. You see? And you got to remember, a lot of them Ukrainians are small hats, man. Don't get it twisted. You know, you got to be able to see through read between the lines. Because scripture tells us that it's going to be them small hats that bring them, that causes this whole riffraff. They're going to be the center of the issue. They're going to be the center of the problem, of the division, of the household. You see? As a matter of fact, let me go get that. Bear with me. Let's go ahead. Let's go to the book. I know it's in a few places. Let's get it here. Let's see here. The book of Jeremiah. Let's see, bear with me. Let's look here. Salakia. Driving, I couldn't find the Salakia. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 45, and it reads, "Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon." Okay, again, this is talking to the West. All right, this Babylon's talking to America. All right, this is the daughter of Babylon. Look, and in his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. You see? So that least of the flock are these small hats, man. Okay? The least of the flock are these small hats. Okay? And they're gonna be the center, okay, of the of the, division amongst their kingdom, amongst their house, the house of the Edomites. You see? Now, ultimately, we know this is just what's going on right now with the, EU and Babylon and being divided, with decision making and geopolitical power moves. It's all due to biblical prophecy, being that there's going to be a division amongst that regime specifically. You see? And to keep it in context, ultimately, those small hats, over in our land, man. All right, they're gonna, because as we know, they're allied with with Babylon, but they're enemies with Russia, man. You see? And they're warring against who? The Palestinians. And ultimately, the Palestinians are allied with Russia. And that's an ongoing situation over there. You see? So to keep it into context, that's gonna, that war over there in the valley of Yehoshaphat, these small hats are gonna be the center of that, the cause of that. You see? Because Russia's gonna be set in defense, of their allies, man. And of course, Babylon's gonna come to the rescue, for them Amalekites, some small hats over there. But just bringing it back around full circle, it is small hats in Ukraine. And here it is. There's a division amongst, Babylon and the EU. And it's over Ukraine. Because Trump is aligning himself with Putin, and they don't like that. You see? So this is a beautiful thing, man. How about Shimmy outside? Let's go here. The book of Mark, chapter 3. Bear with me, Salakia. The book of Mark, chapter 3, and verse 24, and it reads, Yahweh Shai speaking, red letter, "And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand." And again, going back to Esau, the house of the Edomites is divided on all levels, man. Okay, on all levels, from a geopolitical level, to these regular Joe six packs over here in the cities of Babylon, man. They don't agree. All right, look at Mark 3 and 26. "And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided," and this is what we're witnessing. All right, this is what we're witnessing. Aki Aminakwa. All right, we're seeing Esau, which he comes in the spirit, all right, of the spiritual demon Satan. All right, they're being divided. Look, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. You see? So this is the reality, man. And pursuing a biblical prophecy, it gives us a descriptive definition. Well, not even a definition. It gives us a descriptive event that's going to take place. You see, in these days to come, regarding the beast, okay, and the whore. Let's close out right here. The book of Revelation, chapter 17. And this will be due to a division. How would it come? Well, we're finding out now. It's looking like it's going to be due to various things. But ultimately, you know, just lack of agreeing on everything. You know? Can't remember what Babylon did some time ago with that oil. You know, I believe oil was making its way to Germany. There was a rig making its way there. Babylon had that turned around. They were like, nah, bring that back this way. We need that. You know, and that pissed them off. That pissed those Europeans off, man. They ain't forget about that. But that just shows you that, you know, Babylon controls the situation. You see? But anyways, let's continue on. The book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse 16, and it reads, and the 10 horns, which is the European Union, right, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, which is talking to the daughter of Babylon, which will be America, man, if you believe it or not. You can even Google it. It tells you that in AI. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire, man. Okay? As a matter of fact, let me stop from the bottom and read up. And the woman which thou sawest is the great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. You see? So Babylon controls the situation. Okay? Right over here in the west, man. The northwest. This is the springboard of wickedness. This is the, you know, as far as the vibration on the planet, it starts here. All right? This is where Esau set up his throne. Look, if for power hath put it in their hearts, and whose hearts? The hearts of the 10 horns of the European Union. Look, to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast. So this shows you, this backs up Proverbs 21:1. You see? The power has put it in their hearts, man. Showing you that he controls the hearts of the kings of the earth. Going back to that word lob in the Hebrew. You see? So for power has put it in their minds to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of power shall be fulfilled. See? Prophecy, man. And now we're seeing we're clearly at the point of his words being fulfilled. Why? Because now you see that great division right in front of your face. You see? So this is close right here. Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns, again, the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. And we're starting to see that disdain manifest, man. Right? And shall make her desolate and naked. How? And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, man. There's only one way that's going to happen. And that's going to come in the form of those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay, the weapons of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's destruction, man. So this is the reality. Okay? Another clear token that there's no way we're 1,000 years out before Yahweh Shai comes. Because we understand that Yahweh Shai is going to come, all right, when that great destruction comes. And we're seeing it manifest now. And this is just one part of prophecy that's just so clear. All right, you still got the chip, man. That's clear as day. Hey, Jake waking up, Esau being revealed. All right, Jacob's trouble at the door. Come on, man. Hey, the vision is yet for an appointed time, man. For an appointed time. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. We close Akiyam and Akwaf. We close. Stay prayed up, fast as well as pray. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf were edified. Shalom.